Sitting in my dorm room, trying to get a paper finished. Overwork and lack of sleep have my mind so dazed, I can barely focus on the computer screen. I decided to just give up and put the TV on instead, when I felt a sudden sharp pain in my head, like an ice pick that was digging into my brain. Then I heard it, a woman's voice coming from nowhere. "Adam, come look at this," she exclaimed. I continued to listen as the disembodied female voice spoke to the man she called Adam. "Look at the monitor. I've never seen activity like this," she excitedly exclaimed. "Oh shit," I heard a surprised male voice say. "We need to alert the rest of the team." "Wait just a second. I want to see what happens if I do it again," she said. I could hear what sounded like typing, and then bam, shooting ice pick pain in my head again. This time, it was so bad my vision went completely white, and my ears began ringing, so loud I feared it would never stop. "Oh my god," the man's voice nearly shouted. "I've never seen that happen either." "What did you do, Mara?" "This one still dreams, as far as I know. It is the only one that does. When it dreams, its auditory cortex spikes, much more than they usually do, as if it's actually trying to listen to something in the real world. I thought maybe if I tried to trigger the same effect, we would see a response. And look, it's acting as if it's listening to something." Mara was speaking a mile a minute, clearly excited about what she had just discovered. I jumped off the couch in a panic. "Hello? Who's there?" I began shouting. "Adam, look at this! Another spike! It looks like it's trying to communicate with us," Mara cried out. "What the F is going on?" I cried out to the empty room. I tried to cover my ears, but nothing changed. Hi there. If you can hear me, think of a happy memory, okay?" Mara asked. I did as instructed, too shocked to not simply comply. "Very good. Look, Adam. Look at her hippocampus now." Mara was so excited now. Her voice was an octave higher than before. "Mara, come on. This is impossible. It can't even possibly hear you. It doesn't even have ears," Adam said. "Then maybe there's more to all of this than science can explain," Mara snapped back. "Maybe this is proof of consciousness beyond that of the senses. Maybe our body just uses our 5 senses as a way to filter out extraneous information on our waking lives." She was practically shouting at him now. "Been working on that theory for a while now, huh, Mara?" Adam asked her, sounding half condescending and half intrigued. Hello?" I shouted. "Can someone please tell me what the F is going on?" I screamed to the voices. "Adam, look at the monitor. It is trying to communicate with us. These spikes are much more stronger than the usual ones we've seen from other subjects. She's not simply interacting with the program. She's actually becoming aware. This has never happened before," Mara cried. "Mara, it's not a she anymore. This is unusual, I'll give you that. But don't let yourself get too invested in this. It could just be a fluke," Adam said. "A fluke? Really? Are you not seeing what I'm seeing here, Adam?" she asked. Absolutely freaking out now, I felt compelled to run. I ran outside and kept running as fast as I could. I could still hear the same woman named Mara asking me to think of certain memories, and some guy named Adam arguing with her, but this time I ignored her request and just continued to run. I ran until I noticed something that stopped me dead in my tracks. I watched as a massive tree began to glitch in and out of existence, and then was just gone. I watched as the entire world around me glitched in and out of existence until I was left completely in the dark. "Hello?" I cried out. Nothing. I could no longer hear the two voices. I was alone in pitch black empty void. I cannot describe to you the panic I felt in that moment. "What on earth?" I finally heard another voice say. "Oh my god." She disconnected from the program. This time, it was Mara's voice that spoke again. "How is this possible?" said the new voice I didn't recognize. I listened to the darkness as Mara tried to explain the experiment she had been working on, the one that had allowed me to hear their voices. "But it doesn't have ears. It's just a brain in a frickin' box," the man said. As the overlapping voices continued, I realized the horrific truth. Having been disconnected from the program, as Mara had stated, I began to remember the horrific truth. Catastrophic event that had wiped out most of humanity. The minds of those whose bodies were dying were harvested and placed in a box filled with cerebral fluid to keep them alive. There were only a few ships capable of deep space travel at the time. Even if they had found a planet to colonize, most of the people left alive would be too old to repopulate. Apparently, there were not enough resources on the ships to begin with. They could not repopulate until they found a suitable planet. They were keeping our minds alive, hooked into a virtual reality, a simulation of the planet before it was destroyed. They were attempting to regrow human bodies, hoping to use them as hosts for the living minds once they reached a safe planet. Apparently, I was the first to become aware of this, or to remember this, I should say, that I am nothing but a brain inside a box, waiting. I don't know why I didn't remember any of this, or what they did to me to make me forget. Unfortunately, it seems I cannot forget again. I wish I could. My connection to the simulation was reestablished and I found myself back in my dorm, staring at the TV screen. I wonder if there's anyone out there who knows the truth, that this world is a recreated simulation of the one we knew, that we are simply brains in a box just waiting to be whole again. What happens if they don't find a new planet in time? What happens if the rest of the living humans die before we are given new bodies? What happens if there is no one left to keep the simulation running? Will we be left floating through space indefinitely? Trapped alone inside the void of blackness? Please, I need to know. Does anyone else remember?